We good?
We good.
Let's go. Subscribe. Fucking subscribe, boys. I can't say it enough. You're watching Bet the Bus, the best fucking gambling show on the planet. We talk some shit. We give picks. We give winners. We're always giving winners. I'm your host, Will Compton, a.k.a. Payoff Willy, a.k.a. Year 10 is on the way, boys. We have a full fucking slate today that is brought to you by Proper Wild. Guys, I was telling you right before the pod, I am fucking levitating right now. I took a shot at my Proper Wild this morning because we had to get going early. We got a podcast later today with Midland. That's going to come out. You guys can watch. You guys watch Bet the Boys. I assume you guys are consuming Bussin with the Boys every week. We got another pod later today. I had to hit 2 workouts this morning, all in one session. How do you pull that off? You pull it off with Proper Wild. Focus, sustain, clarity. There's no preservatives. There's no BS. And I'm telling you, it puts you in a good mood. I'm in a great fucking mood. We're in the middle of No Nut November right now. And like I've said on Bussin with the Boys, there's aggression when you're bottled up inside. But what you got to do is you got to harness that aggression and see the world more clearly, see the board more clearly, just like Proper Wild. We're about to properly deliver you guys some picks. I'm stoked that this is going to be the best episode yet. We don't know how many more episodes we might have because help might be coming on the way to somebody lucky that needs me to carry them to the fucking playoffs, dude. On my back, let's go to the playoffs, boys. If you guys see a headline that says Will Compton is signing with fill in the blank, because who knows what's going to happen. Everybody has some inklings out there, but another team might just jump in before it happens. And when you see that headline, just know that team's going to the playoffs. But subscribe, leave comments. Guys, we got to take the power into our own hands. JP, how hard do you fucking work on this show every week?
Harder than anybody else in America, Will.
I know you do, because you're fucking texting me at 1 a.m. I'm already sleeping, saying, hey, I just did a banger. The chase for 15,000 is alive. 2 weeks ago, we hit our benchmark 10,000. Last week, we thought we might get 15, but we actually dropped a little bit because we used the Pat McAfee headline that probably drives some headlines a little bit. But guys, we're chasing 15,000. We can't hit 15,000 views and downloads and all that shit without your guys' help. We see all the tier. We see the diehards screaming about give JP a raise. Fucking this is the greatest gambling show in all time. The production level's elite. The content, Payoff Willy, he's the greatest in the country. But this doesn't happen unless we just take a hold of this motherfucker and shout it somewhere on your timeline. Just put it in your group chats. Put it in your... I lost my cigar. All right, well, like I was saying, you hit your little group chats. Hey, the boys are up, the picks are up, they're winning. They win every fucking week. They've won every week for the last month. I think so. Jack's gonna let us know. And then also put it on your timeline. It's a quick little timeline. Put it on your story, put it on your Twitter, put it on something. We're going to engage with you because we need to run this motherfucker up. Jack, review what we got going on. I'm going to give a TED Talk like I always do. You're going to let the people know how we've been performing week in and week out. And then we're going to hit the TED Talk. We're going to hit the prayer. And then, hey, clear eyes, full slate, can't fucking lose. Jackie boy, let us know how the people are how we've been doing at Bet the Bus.
So for those who keep track of our statistics, we were 1-3 on NCAA.
There we go. That's what I needed to hear. That's what I needed to hear.
But we've been saying it for years. If you don't follow our socials, what are you doing? If you don't follow Will on Twitter, you're losing. And so if you were following him on Twitter and you're following his picks, because look, we film this on Wednesdays and it comes out Thursdays.
A lot happens.
A lot can happen. A lot can happen in 48 to 72 hours. So if you're not following on socials, you're missing out on picks. What Will chose to tweet out and pick this weekend going forward, we ended up going 4-3 in college football. Winning slate.
Winning slate.
And then on NFL, it wasn't the prettiest, but we still were in a winning slate. We were 2-1-1. So once again, if you're not following us on all socials, all platforms, all handles, you're missing out on free money.
I love that, brother. Thank you for the big button there, because just like an injury report, Will Compton, JP Hovey, Jack McPherson, Mitch Carsley, Garrett, Argus or Hargis. I'm just kidding. All these on the list throughout the week. It goes, listen, like Jack said, we do these things on Wednesday. A lot can change from Wednesday to Saturday, Wednesday to Sunday. You go from questionable to doubtful to probable to fucking we're in the action. You got to be there the morning of to get these picks, guys. Yes, 1-3 if you just go off Bet the Bus and you listen to nothing else. But I know a lot of you probably follow me and realize like, hey, Saturday morning, the boy's going to come out with probably a prayer clip. And then he's going to come out with his picks before the games get going. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to follow, because that is the formula. Guys, yes, we tasted more success last week after a little bit of a recession. And by recession, I mean we went 500. We split 50-50. A lot of people love that, but we don't. We get it. We understand that success is not only optional, but mandatory on this bus. Do not take the bait. Don't take the fucking bait by getting seduced by success. I'm telling you, don't listen to the outside noise. People are going to continue to chirp us no matter what. Anytime I want to put a tweet out there, as successful as we've gotten here on Bet the Bus, people are trying to pull me down. They're trying to, you wrestle with the pigs, you get muddy. You go to sleep with a win, just like, hey, quoting the man, the myth, the legend, Coach Hove back there. Coach Hove, not Notorious JP Hovey.
The notorious Hove.
The notorious Hove. You go to sleep with a win, you wake up with a loss. Do not get seduced by the success that we've been having. Do not. Don't listen to the outside noise. People are losers. People are fucking pussies, dude. If they're out there tweeting, trying to drag you down, trying to chirp left and right, yada, 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 they're fucking losers. Don't be losers. Don't get in your little cliques on the side. You sit in the locker room, you start fucking chirping with the boys. Oh, this sucks. Oh, I thought we were going to win this. You know, you blaming people, all that shit. Losers fucking do that shit, dude. And if you're somebody that's like, oh, I just chirp for fun, I'm having fun out there. No, your fucking income's low, brother. You need to bet with us and raise that shit up. Everybody, before we get into this, bow your heads and let's have a moment of prayer with the one and only Lord Jesus Bags. God, grant us the serenity to accept the results that we cannot change, the courage to know and understand the best that we need to make, that we can make, that we have the ability to make, and the wisdom. Don't forget the wisdom, Lord, to know that none of this, all of this, it doesn't matter. We have no control. You have the control. Forever, the power, the glory, the Barstool Sportsbook is yours now and forever. Lord, I'm telling you, please allow us, give us the strength, Lord, to choke out the board this weekend. Give us the courage, Lord, to go Old Testament stoning. I want Leviticus. I want eye for an eye. You come back harder, Lord. I want to delete the board this weekend, just like you did at the end of the Old Testament. I think that's what happened. To start over. Lord, give us that kind of strength, give us that kind of willpower in your payoff name. Amen. Let's fucking get into it, boys. Hey, JP, deliver us what you got. Deliver us from evil in the NCAA.
Delivering you from evil, we're going to talk about the team with the most Southern man as their head coach. We're talking about LSU versus Arkansas. Talk to us about Brian Kelly.
Family. I'm excited to be here. Family. I'm in the fucking basketball. Hey, last week in the locker room, this is why you came here, coach.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, it is. Hey, I'm fucking riding Brian Kelly. A lot of people, me included, a little down on him earlier in the early half of the year. I actually said that BAMA was going to whoop their ass a few weeks ago. If you check the receipts on Twitter, I was talking a little shit, but I left some WWE storylines. You got to talk a little shit to make it that much sweeter when it doesn't happen. People are saying possible trap game for LSU after beating BAMA. Vegas might know something that we don't because this line is at -3. We're talking about an LSU. They're trying to prove that they're in the playoff conversation. This is a nasty team who's fucking coming for it. And they're riding high after that game, possible trap game. But if you go to yesterday or 2 days ago, now that you're listening to this show, you go to 2 days ago, Brian Kelly in the presser, what'd they talk about? They talked about the trap game. Immediately, Brian Kelly debunks that. If we're talking trap game up here, boys, I'm not doing my job as a head coach. Trap games are for people who fucking ride the roller coaster, who ride a little high at times. He says, I quote, it's a butchered quote, but this is what he says: thoughts move your actions. I'm gonna get these guys thinking right all week long, so we can give them action come Saturday when we beat Arkansas's ass. Yeah. He said something like that. And here's the thoughts that I'm going to give you guys. I'm going to get you guys thinking, not only thinking, but knowing we're about that action on Saturday because we're riding Arkansas -3. That's what we're doing. Arkansas -3. This is... No, LSU. That's my fault. Mitch is back there going, oh, no, this is not where. You're right. We're Tigers. We're purple. Yeah, Arkansas, right. I'm truly like, listen, I'm not on Arkansas. It's one of the poorest states in the country. It's one of the fattest states in the country. That place is a fucking shithole, and there's nothing to get up for. Yeah, they might go tailgate and fucking bring their trailers in on the stadium, but LSU's going to mop that ass come Saturday, LSU -3.
Moving on to the other, probably my favorite coach in the SEC, who definitely has the vendetta out for Alabama. We got Lane Kiffin versus Alabama and Nick Saban. Great rivalry.
You gotta love the way Lane Kiffin uses social media. Just a modern day coach you love to see. You know he's focused. He tweeted the Nick Saban book yesterday or a couple of days ago. You gotta love that. He's probably actually reading it and taking, like, this is one of the most successful coaches in college football history. I'm gonna take notes, but I understand the game of social media, and I'm also gonna put it out there because we are rivaling this week. Rivaling.
We should make that
rivaling this week, dude. Again, check out the data. Here's the data, boys. Bama is 5-0 against the spread following a loss. Ole Miss is 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 at home. They rely heavily on the run game, but hear me out. Alabama is ranked 11th in run defense. Don't get it twisted. Bama is still who you think they are. They might not be undefeated, G. They might not be undefeated. It might not be the year that they go and get a natty like they do every fucking year, where they're in the hunt and they're at the top, but they're not asleep. Everybody's like, oh, is Nick Saban washed? Is he going to retire this year? Can he relate to the young kids? Is he gay? No, I'm telling you. Nick Saban is coming for it all. These boys are seeing red this weekend. Alabama -12. Knock it down. Knock it down. Bama is still fucking him. Bryce Young, you're him, brother. You are fucking him. Bama -12.
Hey, I was on Ole Miss before you just gave that. Now I'm on Bama. Let's go.
Let's go, dude.
Interesting rumor about Nick Saban, too, but we can dive into that later.
Just throw that thing in there at the end. Whoa, what the fuck?
Now, we hyped that last game up big time, but it doesn't even hold a candle to this next game we're getting into. The biggest game of the year, clearly the biggest game of the weekend, maybe biggest game of the century.
Yes, sir.
Bussin Bowl.
The first annual Bussin Bowl, a 40-pound fucking trophy that will be sitting, hopefully on the sideline. That's allegedly. That's rumored. That's rumored, as in Taylor and I are hoping to do that. But there will be a 40-pound trophy in Ann Arbor this weekend. Listen, there's not a lot of hope. I'm trying to give you guys the facts. I'm trying to leave my emotional side that bleeds fucking red, that eats corn, that wakes up ready to roll, corned up on Saturdays. I'm leaving that out because at the end of the day, we're struggling. This is a game that, like, hey, you can throw this one in the trash, boys. Michigan might rock all over these boys. They might know not November. They might not be able to control themselves and accidentally do it come Saturday. However, here's the recipe. Listen, I'll say it right now. Nebraska plus 28.5. What a disrespectful fucking line. I'm telling you. Disrespectful fucking line. You guys want a data point? Here's a data point. We lost by 3 points last year. There's your data. Everything else, toss it out the fucking window. You don't even need to look at it. Casey Thompson, we need you to play. I don't know what's going on, brother, but the boys fucking need you this weekend. O-line, here's the recipe, boys. Swing first and get the fight fucking started. 60 minutes of fuck you football. Put your nuts, stack the box, put your nuts on Blake Corum's head. Make that pussy quarterback beat us with his arm, and that's your recipe. And it's got to be 60 minutes of nonstop fuck you football. That's the recipe. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know how we're gonna make it shake. This is David versus Goliath. This is a Cinderella fucking story. We are rolling Nebraska plus 28.5. Your boy might emotionally put a little money line bet down the day of. He might not. I know you guys hold the receipts on me at times, JP. I'm talking to you back there. But Nebraska plus 28.5. I feel good about it.
Hey, before we move on, a couple words from the wise Winston Churchill that I think will really resonate with you. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Just leave that out there.
Brother, just when I think I'm about to fire you, you come out with some shit like that. I'm fucking with you. Hey, that's fucking awesome.
So Nebraska will be the man in the arena next week.
Sir, I'm telling you. We'll stay in 10 toes down. JP, I know you're still up for fandom come Saturday, but I'm 10 toes down with Mitchie boy.
Next, we have Wisconsin versus Iowa. I don't really have too much to hype up about this game because it's classic, kind of like Big Ten football. A little boring, but just because it's boring does not mean we can't make money.
You need old-fashioned Big Ten football. You need it. You need old-fashioned Big Ten football. You need quarterback under center. You need to run the play clock down. You need to run the football. You need smash mouth motherfuckers. That's what Iowa and Wisconsin's about. Do they have much offense? No. Iowa for damn sure doesn't. They might have scored in the recent weeks or whatever, yada, yada, yada. Ferentz sucks. Wisconsin, here's some stats for you, boys. Wisconsin is 39-8 since 2010 in November. The only teams better are Georgia, Oklahoma, and Ohio State. How about that fucking stat? Also in the last 4 games, check this out. 80-10 in the first half against teams in their last 4 games. If that doesn't perk you up, big dog, I don't know what does. Iowa's got some shit come to it. I know it's in Iowa. If the only thing good in Iowa is Casey's gas station. Go get the pizza, go check out some donuts before the game. That's the only thing going in Iowa because it stands for idiots out wandering around. Wisconsin, -1.5 against Iowa.
And last but not least, from the greatest sponsor in the world, our proper wild shot of the week. Will, what is it?
I'm glad you said that. The proper wild shot of the week. we're gonna bet on the Kansas State versus Baylor. It's a tough game to look at. I want to say Baylor's favored by -2.5. Kansas State's went back and forth, but one thing I do know about those boys, they're getting healthier. They're always hot coming off of a loss. And you know what? I'm tired of fucking explaining myself. We're going to go over 52.5 Kansas State versus Baylor. We're not going to pick a side here, but I guarantee you, shot of the week by Proper Wild. Click the code, 30% off. We're saving you money. We're making you money on this bet. Over 52.5 Kansas State versus Baylor. Here's to the boys of Proper Wild. Clear eyes, full slate. Can't fucking lose, boys.
You said we're not picking a side, but I think we're picking the greatest side there is, and that's just good old-fashioned football. We want points on the board.
Did you have a Proper Wild shot?
Maybe.
Yeah, before the game got.
Of course I did.
Because you are clearly dropping lines at the most brilliant times, brother.
Hey, No Nut November sometimes does have a play.
Yeah. You gotta harness it. You gotta harness it. Woo. God, let's move on to the NFL, boys.
All right. As we always say, our bread and butter. And we'll go start off with the game coming soonest, the Thursday night game. Falcons versus the Panthers. Talk to us. I mean, this is a game that you might have some kind of investment in. I think you're the best one to talk about it, though.
Thursday night football. Falcons have won 11 of the past 14 meetings against the Panthers, including OT a couple weeks ago. The Falcons got Cordero Patterson back last week. The boy had 2 touchdowns. The boys had 2 tuggies. Falcons already ranked 4th in the NFL in the run game with 162 yards per game. Listen, the Panthers suck.
Facts.
Falcons got something to play for. And guys, hold on. Win this fucking game because help might be on the way. Falcons beat the Chargers last week if Fat Man doesn't run like Michael Vick back in 2002 for that 173-yard game. He just fumbled the ball running on his own. If not, they win that game. Another Hail Mary the week before. You give up a couple of those end-of-game plays, they won a couple weeks ago still in overtime, but you're winning this game. Falcons, this was almost a lock of the week, but Falcons -2.5 against the Panthers. Guys, win. Help might be on the way soon.
This one is a guaranteed pick, though. And we got the Dolphins versus the Browns with the boy Tua. I mean, it seems obvious.
Mm-hmm. It does. When Tua's played from start to finish, the Dolphins haven't lost. Here's some data for you. Browns, 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 against AFC East teams. Browns, 1-6 against the spread following a win. Listen, we're talking about the theme of the month is No Nut November. No city has been losing No Nut November more than the city of Miami. Tua now's been jerking it off the last 2 weeks. Tua's went for 130 plus in his QBR for the last 2 games. I'm telling you. And fortunately, Deshaun Watson's still suspended last time I checked, so the only Chubb they're going to have to worry about is Nick Chubb in the backfield. Stack the box. I love Dolphins -4. Take that one home with you, boys.
Man, that wordplay, that's magical. All right.
I told you last week. I felt a little lower energy last week, and I promise you guys, like, I'm going to come back. This is peak right here. I'm coming back stronger.
This is peak Proper Wild behavior. All right. We got the Chiefs versus another AFC South team. Chiefs kind of stole Sunday night's game.
Mm-hmm.
But we're moving on. You know, we look to the future. But we got the Chiefs versus the Jags. This one also seems kind of obvious, but I'm going to let you talk about it.
Chiefs are coming off a tough OT win against the Titans. That was tough for us. But a lot of magic in the air in Tennessee. Everybody thought they didn't have a chance. The boys, you know the formula with Mike Vrable. Them boys were fucking, this isn't about Vrable and the Titans, but goddamn, they get you juiced up watching those boys play. We'll get to them in a minute. Chiefs are coming off a tough game, but they're trying to prove to them they lost last week. They're pissed off fucking Travis Kelce's tossing his helmet. He's fucking crying on, hey, we love you, Travis, but you fucking crying, throwing the helmet and shit. Should have got a penalty, but you didn't because probably skin color.
Privilege.
Jags are 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games overall, and 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 road games. I'm telling you, Chiefs are going to drag these boys. -9.5. It seems a little scary, like a big spread, because the Jags can score some points. But I'm telling you, the Chiefs are out to prove something this week. At home in a noon game, nothing gets you more hyped up than a noon game, because you know you're going to be cuddled up at home, ready to go party at 4:30 in the afternoon with fam in town and everybody else. You're going to hit the red light district, power light, whatever it's fucking called. Chiefs -9.5.
All right. Next, we got a gritty Giants versus a shitty Texans. Line is 6.5. What are we at?
Texans suck. Plain and simple. Giants are coming off a bye week. They're 6-2 against the spread this season. The Texans allow a league worst 180 per game. You know, I'm telling you, if Saquon is participating in No Nut November, you know my guy is rocked up, ready to get inside this run game, ready to get inside this Texans defense, dude. It's going to come down to the run game, because Pierce, he is a good back. However, I think the Giants, they have a little magic going on in New York, and nothing is worse. They're at New York, aren't they?
No, they're at Houston.
Doesn't fucking matter. Giants -6.5. There's your fucking pick, boys.
All right, are we going to the guy?
We're going to go to the guy, and then we got the lock of the week. Everybody knows the Bet the Boys parlay. That's a game time decision. You guys got to follow me on Twitter and see that come game day. And then, hey, Michelin star 6-point teaser coming at you. Here's the guy. We'll listen to him. We'll get his words. He went 3-2 last week, and then we'll come back with the heavy hitters at the very end.
All right, Playoff Willy, I'm back. I don't have much time, so I'm not going to respond to JP and his butt buddy over there, but the guy is on back-to-back winning streaks. Let's get into it. Bucks -2.5 over the Seahawks. I love the game. Tom Brady has never lost a game in Germany. I'm expecting those guys to blow out the Seahawks. Seahawks aren't what everyone thinks they are, and the Bucks are coming around at the right time. The next 4 games, big theme, teams coming off a bye. Upset alert. Broncos over your boys in Tennessee. I know you hate to hear it, Playoff Willy, but Russ is about to start cooking. Look out for the Broncos. Next, we got Steelers +3 with the Saints. I'm going to take Steelers money line. I'm also taking Broncos money line. Both those guys are going to win big. Giants -5 over the Texans. Texans aren't anything. 49ers best team in the NFC. I'm taking those -7 over the Chargers. I got to run. Sorry, Playoff Willy.
All right, for the lock of the week game, we just talked about it, but you know we had to go with the boys in the AFC South, the Titans. They're traveling out to Denver to the fraudulent fucking Broncos. Talk to us.
Are they traveling to Denver?
Oh, this one.
You're all right. You're operating. So you can have a little lapse. It's all good. Get back to the line of scrimmage.
Broncos traveling here, which also means Danger Russ going to be tired from all this plane workout. So this already plays into our favor. So we're glad they're traveling to us.
Titans are coming off a tough emotional loss. Them boys were believing. That's one thing I love about the fucking Tennessee Titans. They're believing no matter what the outside noise says. There's a formula. It's culture. It's tough shit-talking defense. And we're going to run it down your fucking face. And that's
Man up.
Yeah, next man up. And that's what they're going to do against the Broncos. It doesn't matter who's under center. It doesn't matter who's stepping in what position. They're always dialed in and ready to fucking go. If you guys don't notice the white guy, Cody Hollister, out on the fucking edge blocking at times and trying to get some open balls, just trying to get a little something to try hard out there, God bless him. But it doesn't matter. Titans -3. We've been saying it all year. The Broncos are fucking frauds. Let's say it again, all in unison. Fraud. There we go, boys. Titans are 6-0 against the spread in their last 6 games. Titans defense has held opponents less than 17 points in regulation in the last 5 games, boys. Guess what about the Broncos? They suck on offense.
Yeah, they do.
They suck on offense. Dude, 15.1 points per game. I'm telling you, Russ he's not on that proper wild. He's not seeing shit clearly. He can say and promote all of his products. I'm selling this, I'm selling that. He's selling fucking wolf tickets, boys. Titans -3. That's your fucking lock of the week. And also, the under here, 38.5. It seems a little low, but I believe in it. I believe in the under. And matter of fact, now that I'm saying it, we're going to throw the under in. That's a free pick.
That boy sound like Eminem on Rap God.
Come on, baby. Say, guys, all right, before we go, there's a 6-point teaser I want to tickle your balls with. This is a Michelin star cook up in the kitchen that my boy Mitch and we came up with last night. This is a 6-point teaser. And for those who don't understand a 6-point teaser, 6 points swing in the favor. We're basically buying 6 points for every pick that we make here. So you get an extra 6. We're going to go in this pick, in this teaser, we got Giants, which is going to end up at -0.5. It's basically a pick 'em. Under 46.5, Giants, Texans. That's going to be money. Chiefs. We're taking the Chiefs. That brings their 9.5 point differential down to 3.5. Falcons are +3. They're favored by 3 against the Panthers. Now they're +3 in this game. 49ers were -7. Now they're -1 in the 6-point teaser parlay. For those who don't understand, that's what a 6-point teaser parlay is. For every bet you're making, you're adding 6 more points to that bet. This is a +417. This one you can take to the fucking bank, boys. And if we want to throw out any other knowledge and education, for people who are wondering what money line is, because people do ask me, what is the money line? Money line is straight up betting. Mano y mano. If it's Titans -3 against the Broncos, and you're betting money line, that just means the Titans can win by any margin they want. If you're betting Titans -3, that means you need them to win by at least 4. Well, you need them to win by at least 3, but that's a push. You get them to 4, you're taking that cash to the bank. Thank you for watching Bet the Bus again. Comment, subscribe, fucking subscribe, boys. We love you. We appreciate you. May God have mercy on the board. Let me go right hand because somebody called me out last week. May God have mercy on the board because we fucking won't.